Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashil, Yahweh Shah, Bahashil, Barak Wadash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, faith, and power, and trust, and all credit to my Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and my Heavenly Big Brother, Yahweh Shah. Thank you so much for what you've done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching this truth and none but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Trying to put a spiritual bug in you Hebrew Israelites' ears, you so-called black Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Middle Indians, and you speckled birds. And what is a speckled bird? They be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations. Like, for example, a Hebrew Israelite that look like a so-called white person, so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. Got a bunch of videos of a bunch of plagues that the Lord is bringing all over the world. I'm going to play these videos. I'm going to get into scripture my best ability, say whatever God say through spirit and power, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, the Holy Spirit, the Korah Kodash. Lord willing, be on me. Let's get it.
A historic and catastrophic monsoon cloudburst, intensified by a powerful tropical depression moving across the Gulf of Thailand, has unleashed an unprecedented deluge over the Bangkok metropolitan area. The extreme weather system overfilled the city's complex canal, Klong network, and completely overwhelmed its modern underground drainage tunnels. Within a single 12-hour window, the Thai Meteorological Department, TMD, recorded an astonishing 220 millimeters of localized rainfall, plunging the capital city into a state of structural and logistical emergency. The governor of Bangkok issued urgent high-level flood alerts as the Chao Phraya River reached critical overflow thresholds, exacerbated by high seasonal tides. The resulting flash floods have transformed major commercial avenues and dense residential zones into fast-moving rivers. Over 500,000 households have experienced severe disruptions, with water invading ground floor apartments, crashing through traditional canal-side wooden structures, and submerging thousands of automobiles and commuter motorcycles under muddy, debris-ridden waters.
Harbor Freight Tools are working hard in real garages across America, like Nico's one-man
The geographical layout of Bangkok, which sits on a low-lying alluvial plain, makes specific districts highly vulnerable to severe rainfall. The brunt of this storm's destruction was concentrated in several key zones across the capital. Bangkok's prime residential and commercial strip along Sukhumvit Road, specifically the lower and middle Sois side streets, in Wat Anna and Klong Toi districts, suffered severe property damage. Because many Sukhumvit Sois are dead ends with older, localized drainage pipelines, water levels rapidly rose between 60 to 80 centimeters. High-end townhouses and ground floor apartment units were breached by muddy runoff. Residents had less than an hour to react as water seeped through sandbag barriers. Wooden flooring swelled and warped, expensive built-in furniture was destroyed, and critical electrical appliances, such as floor-mounted air conditioning compressors, washing machines, and kitchen refrigerators, faced total electrical failure. The high-density, lower-income residential areas of Din Daeng and Hoi Quang faced a much harsher reality. The sheer velocity of the flash floods running down from main roads caused structural failures in older concrete block dwellings. In several crowded residential communities, retaining walls and perimeter fences collapsed under the weight of accumulated water and drifting debris. Homes built along Klong Sain Seep were severely compromised. As the canal water surpassed safe levels, the structural stilts of several traditional wooden houses cracked, forcing families to abandon their homes and move into makeshift public shelters set up in local temples. Bangkok's notorious traffic congestion turned into an absolute nightmare as the storm hit.
Alright, I'm going to stop right there. If you want to watch the rest of the video, there go the title of it. There go the channel. Move on to the next one. Lord jacking their place up.
Extreme weather struck several regions of France in late June 2026 as powerful storms, large hail, intense rainfall, and damaging winds created dangerous conditions. Videos recorded by residents captured the rapid development of severe thunderstorms and the impact on local communities.
Truc de malade! Truc de malade! C'est la débandade, à l'ordre aussi.
In Phu Samang, Territoire de Belfort, heavy rain caused difficult conditions, as footage showed the moments before and during the intense downpour. In Regnac-sur-Indre, residents reported vehicle damage after a strong hailstorm, with cars covered in dents believed to have been caused by large hailstones. Storms also affected Cambronde and nearby areas, causing flooding, blocked drainage systems, damaged vehicles, and power disruptions. Some residents reported flooded basements and raised concerns about local infrastructure during extreme rainfall. A powerful storm system moved through Mariol in the Allier department, while Rieux-Volvester in Haute-Garonne experienced a severe hailstorm with large ice stones. Supercell activity in parts of Allier also produced small to medium-sized hail. Overnight storms continued across eastern France, including Doubs and Haute-Saône, where strong lightning activity and additional hail risks were reported.
Alright, I'm gonna stop right there. If you wanna watch the rest of it, which it ain't much less to watch, there go the title of the video, there go the channel. Let's get to the next video.
A catastrophic convergence of torrential climate-amplified rainfall and systemic urban drainage failures has triggered widespread, devastating flash floods across the Greater Accra region, Central region, and parts of southern Ghana. The relentless downpours have completely submerged multiple commercial districts, overwhelmed critical municipal infrastructure, paralyzed major international and domestic transport corridors, and forced thousands of families to flee their homes. Key urban enclaves, including the capital city of Accra, the rapidly growing municipality of Kasoa, and the industrial port city of Tema, are currently experiencing one of the most severe logistical, humanitarian, and environmental crises in recent memory.
Pretty amazing, right? The Sony True RGB TV.
Emergency response agencies, including a joint coalition of the Ghana National Fire Service, GNFS, the Ghana Armed Forces, GAF, the Ghana Police Service, and the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, have been deployed on a 24-hour rotation to conduct high-stakes search and rescue operations. Utilizing motorized rubber dinghies, military trucks, and specialized rescue gear, these units are actively working to evacuate thousands of citizens trapped on residential rooftops, inside inundated commercial buildings, and atop vehicles stranded along major highways. In a bid to mitigate mass casualties from electrocution, the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, and the Ghana Grid Company, GridCo, have executed strategic emergency shutdowns of major power substations, including vital installations in Mallam and Akimota. This preventive measure has plunged massive swaths of the metropolitan area into darkness, further complicating rescue efforts and severing vital communications. The Ministry of the Interior, in coordination with national security apparatuses, has officially declared a high-level public safety emergency. Citizens residing in low-lying topographies and known floodplains have been strictly ordered to evacuate to designated higher ground or emergency shelters. The Ghana Meteorological Agency, GMET, forecasting sustained heavy rainstorms across the southern coastal belt over the coming days. The nation remains on a knife edge as emergency workers scramble to contain a rapidly escalating disaster. The disaster began with an intense, localized atmospheric depression over the Gulf of Guinea, which swept inland across the southern coast of Ghana. As routine seasonal rainfall rapidly escalated into a historic cloudburst, dumping unprecedented volumes of water over a continuous 12-hour window. The saturated soils of urban Accra, already heavily paved and lacking adequate green spaces for water infiltration, were instantly overwhelmed. By midnight, minor streams and major river basins, such as the Oda River and the Densu River.
Alright, anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get to the next video. I got a lot of videos. I don't even know if I'm going to get to play all these videos. I don't know. I might as well.
After experiencing a period of extreme heat, the city of Lviv, Ukraine, was suddenly hit by a powerful weather change that brought severe storms, strong winds, heavy rain, and hail. The dramatic shift in conditions caught many residents off guard as the skies quickly turned from calm to dangerous. A powerful thunderstorm swept across several areas of Lviv, creating hazardous conditions throughout the city. While some locations only received light rain, other parts faced intense wind gusts and hail that caused damage to buildings, roads, and public facilities. The storm's force damaged infrastructure in multiple areas. Reports indicated that parts of the roof at the Shevchenkivsky District Administration Building were torn away by strong winds. Several streets also experienced fallen trees, damaged power lines, and dangerous debris carried by the storm. Residents described the wind in some neighborhoods as extremely powerful, with trees shaking heavily and appearing close to breaking. In areas such as Mazapi Street and Sheptitskik, fallen trees and electrical disruptions were reported, creating risks for people moving through the city. Other incidents included damage to street facilities, with reports of a traffic light being affected during the storm. Heavy rainfall also caused temporary flooding in some parts of Lviv as water levels quickly increased. Local authorities urged residents to stay alert and avoid standing near trees, advertising structures, or power lines during the severe weather. Strong winds can easily bring down unstable objects and create unexpected dangers.
Alright, that's enough of that. Let's move on to the next one. I already talked about Ghana. Let's get to the next one. There's another video about Ghana.
Now, the monsoon has barely picked up pace, but India's northeast is already reeling under its impact. Flash floods and landslides have ravaged parts of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh, affecting thousands, destroying critical infrastructure and cutting off connectivity in several regions. Heavy and continuous rainfall has triggered flash floods across multiple districts of these states, impacting over 22,000 people so far. In Arunachal Pradesh, authorities have extended warnings for thunderstorms, lightning, and heavy rainfall until July 1st. Torrential rain has triggered multiple landslides, damaged roads, submerged homes, and disrupted normal life across at least 12 districts. Authorities have issued alerts urging people to avoid unnecessary travel. The flash floods in Arunachal have also turned deadly, with the death toll rising to 3. Several people were reported missing earlier as search operations continue across the state. Many people have been forced to take shelter in temporary rescue camps.
उस दिन तो पूरा बहुत जोर से बारिश दिया था, बहुत नॉन स्टॉप। उसके बाद तो बाउंड्री वाल टूटा के पूरा अंदर घुस गया। उसके बाद तो जैसे तैसे हम लोग निकल गया, घर तो पूरा उड़ा के ले गया, कुछ भी नहीं बचा। जैसे तैसे अभी जो खिला रहा है, जो दे रहा है, जिंदगी बिता रहा है, बाद में क्या होगा वो तो पता नहीं है ना।
As emergency teams continue relief and rescue operations, thousands of families are now facing an uncertain future. Meanwhile, a similar situation is unfolding in Assam as well. Its Dhemaji district has emerged as the worst-hit area, with more than 15,000 people affected. In a major blow to connectivity, a railway bridge over the Simen River in Dhemaji partially collapsed after heavy rainfall and massive riverbank erosion. The floodwaters swept away 3 people. 2 have been rescued, while 1 remains missing. The bridge, which was built in 1965, suffered severe damage, forcing the suspension of train services in the region. Floodwaters have inundated dozens of villages in Assam, destroying crops, homes, and leaving thousands stranded. Officials say more than 1,600 hectares of agricultural land have already been damaged. The rising water levels in Brahmaputra River and its tributaries have worsened the flood situation. Authorities in Assam also reported over 48,000 animals have been affected, with river swelling and rainfall showing no signs of easing. Disaster response teams have been deployed across the region. Authorities fear the situation could worsen if heavy showers continue in the coming days. For now, the Northeast remains on edge.
Alright, let's get to the next video. So I don't know what the hell this is about.
My Dr. Pepper's in there.
What the fuck? They trying to say the refrigerator?
I just get bit by a snake. Oh, no, that's cool. Oh, it came up a foot or two since I was just out there putting in this house. I can't believe that fish killed all that.
And they said my Dr. Pepper in there.
And all that time, that pressure took you. I just hope my damn building don't blow through the fence. That'd suck. But it's plastic, I guess.
Kentucky suffered widespread flood damage that affected communities across multiple regions and caused severe destruction. Homes, roads, bridges, and public infrastructure were heavily impacted as floodwaters overwhelmed neighborhoods and disrupted essential services statewide. Madison County endured catastrophic flooding that submerged neighborhoods, destroyed homes, damaged public buildings, and left roads inaccessible. Entire communities became isolated as floodwaters swept through residential areas, causing widespread structural destruction and major disruptions to daily life.
That's enough. If you want to watch the rest of it, they go to title or the video channel. Let's on to the next one. This one is new. Romania. I'll try to say that for later. Fuck it. I ain't gonna worry about it. I'll probably catch it later. I ain't gonna try to save it. Let's get to these.
Hi everyone, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. Are we seeing what could be only described as biblical weather lately? A lot of people might say we are. There in Europe, deadly heat waves claimed over 1,000 lives in France before massive thunderstorms unleashed 29,000 lightning strikes in England. Here in the U.S., we battle hail, deluges in Boise, Idaho, strong winds and severe storms. It's been a volatile week of extreme weather. What do you think? This week has been defined by dramatic weather swings from scorching heat to violent thunderstorms, affecting millions across Europe and the United States.
Now, wait a minute. The traffic light is melting. What is shit made out of plastic? I assume. But, come on, bro. If this shit made out of metal, I don't know if this is AI. Well, it could be real. Normally, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Summer heats up.
I mean, come on, bro. I don't think this shit is... I don't know.
The atmosphere delivers a potent mix of records, destruction, and rapid transition.
It's a cheap-ass traffic light.
Europe endured one of the most intense early summer heat waves on record. In France, authorities reported around 1,000...
If a traffic light able to melt and look like this, man... I mean... I don't know, bro.
excessive deaths linked to extreme temperatures, including dozens of drownings as people sought relief in rivers and canals. Spain recorded roughly 327 heat-related fatalities, while Italy and the UK saw additional deaths from heat stress and related incidents.
Oh, that's nice of them to do this for the people. America, they be like, nigga, please. And you know how the president of America feels about America. He don't give a fuck. Hell, he don't even give a fuck. All he cares about is Iran not having a nuke. But now they got nukes, right? Well, they been had nukes. They just talking about they got nukes or working on developing. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. These niggas probably got like 50 warheads or maybe hundreds of them. And shit. But anyway, yeah, your president, all he cares about is some nuclear warheads or Iran stopping them. But meanwhile, he doesn't care about the economy of America. The suffering of you Babylonians. Shit. Israel first, you know. Amalek is first.
Total European total climbed above 1,350.
Yeah, the American government would never do something like this to help out their citizens.
Preliminary
I don't even know. This could be funded by somebody to spray mist up in the atmosphere for people to cool them off.
And they're still counting. Temperatures soared past 40 Celsius, 140 degrees Fahrenheit in many areas, breaking June records and straining infrastructure. Then came the dramatic shift. Powerful cold fronts triggered explosive thunderstorms. There in England, southern England, it was lit up by nearly 29,000 lightning strikes in a 24-hour period. It was particularly intense activity in Somerset, hundreds of strikes per minute at its peak. The storms brought flash flooding, hail, strong wind, power outages, and lightning-induced fires, catching many residents off guard after days of blistering heat. Is the heat over? I don't know. Across the Atlantic here in the U.S., continued its activity severe.
Damn, that's a big-ass ball.
Weather patterns.
Or hail.
On June 22nd, what they call a strong bow echo hammered central Oklahoma with 102 miles an hour winds, while northeastern...
No, this shit is fake as hell. This shit is fake as hell. These motherfuckers are bouncing. And look how the truck look. That shit is fake as hell. I ain't never seen a truck look like this. It look like a crossbreed of a Ford/Dodge. And the wheels, look how the wheels are turned. Wheels are turned inward towards each other. Like it's like, is the bitch gonna turn? It's turning from the left or the right. The wheels are turned. It's not straight, not nothing. Look like, and plus, like I said, the front end kind of looked like a early model Dodge, and there's a Ford front end. Something, I don't know. This shit AI, man. This shit fake as hell.
Colorado saw extreme 113 mile an hour gusts.
The hell balls bouncing there like balls, like bouncy balls. When they fall or come down, they should break up.
And up to 6 inches of hail. At least 11 tornado reports came in that day amid widespread damaging winds and flooding. Were you affected by this? In Idaho, the Boise Treasure Valley area was slammed by one
I believe this was real.
of the worst summer storms on record on the evening of June
I talked about this shit yesterday.
26th. Several inches of hail accumulated rapidly in places like Meridian, turning streets into rivers of ice, causing flash flooding and prompting Canyon County to declare a local disaster emergency. Forecasters say that as July approaches, expect continued activity patterns on both continents. Luke 21, Matthew 24, Mark 13 is repeatedly mentioned as birth pains, signs of the approaching end times. Jesus said there will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars on the
Yeah, she's right.
earth.
That be a warning for you Israelites that, hey, to seek the Lord and repent.
Nations will be in anguish and perplexity.
Their names ain't Jebus or God. God of Jebus. No, it's Yahweh and Yahweh Shah.
At the roaring
And Yahweh means I am, and Yahweh Shah means I am the Savior, Deliverer, Redeemer. I am the Redeemer.
the tossing of the seas. Many attribute that to a tsunami. People will faint from terror, apprehensive of what's coming on the world. Nations will rise.
Oh yeah, people buying up damn AC units. They sold out of AC units. They even trying to go crazy buying fans. Shit, yeah. Imagine that shit happening in America. Hell yeah.
It's against nations, and we're certainly seeing that also. Increased storms, earthquakes, and unusual weather are often seen as birth pains. Many also attribute the weather lately from weather modification. What do you think? We should treat
Weather modification, but it's ultimately Yahweh Shah.
extreme weather as a call to repentance, compassion, and readiness. Care for the vulnerable, the elderly that have died in the sea, and the young, and
Alright, let's start this video. Cause she ain't saying nothing about getting right with the Lord. So, F that shit. What's this? And a bunch of light. Let's see what this about. Let me slow the video down. They out there, they tourists, probably all of them, most of them Americans. They're like, I don't like they ain't gonna do nothing to us, man. We're Americans, so they ain't nothing gonna happen. Yeah, look at them. I guess they did for the light show. Motherfuckers ain't bothered to move, take cover, get the hell out of Dodge. They just standing there like, whatever. Hey, this idiot right, I'm about to film this. And then you can get a damn lightning bolt for your ass. People proud, they just stand out there like nothing ain't gonna happen to them. dumbasses. Next video.
The storms have greatly impacted a Bardstown family while they were on vacation. Investigators say that lightning likely sparked the fire that destroyed much of their home.
And Joyce O'Geary talked with a neighbor who saw the aftermath.
Despite the significant damage, the Bardstown fire chief says the home can be repaired rather than torn down. One neighbor describes how devastating the scene was.
Nothing I can do but watch it burn.
Nick Cravens was asleep when he heard what sounded like an explosion.
It woke everybody up, just a loud boom, and I fortunately went back to sleep and woke up to seeing fire trucks in the neighborhood.
Smoke filled the sky as firefighters from multiple departments rushed to the home on Marks Lane early Saturday morning. Flames were already coming through the roof when firefighters arrived. They managed to pull 2 vehicles from the garage before part of the roof collapsed.
It was still on fire whenever I woke up. That was about 8 o'clock, and there was 3 fire trucks, and they had the whole road closed.
Firefighters spent nearly 6 hours battling the fire.
It's crazy knowing it happened that close. That's sad. It's gone. I mean, the whole roof's gone, the whole first floor.
Bardstown fire chief says the roof needs to be rebuilt. Craven says,
Man, they might well tear that motherfucker down, get another house built.
This is a close-knit neighborhood, and he believes the community will rally around the family.
Everybody loves everybody here. Everybody looks out for everybody. I'm sure we'll all step
I
up.
see how everybody gonna love everybody when Jacob Trouble go down. They go full throttle 9,000 RPMs to the engine blow up. Shit. I see how people gonna have so much love for each other, the neighbors, neighborly love. Highly ho neighborino like Ned Flanders. No, nigga, it ain't gonna be like that. Shit.
Support whoever's having trouble.
In Bardstown.
Alright, point is this house.
Joyce O'Geary.
The point is this house got struck by lightning. Let's get to another video where something else got struck by lightning.
Comfort Inn in Augusta is partially burned after firefighters believe lightning hit it last night. Video from the scene shows damage above the Comfort Inn sign at the hotel on Civic Center Drive. Fire chief says it was reported a lightning strike caused this. Witnesses are describing what they saw when they pulled in.
Pulled in and it was still smoldering, and there's a bunch of fire trucks, ambulances, and stuff here. But yeah, it was pretty intense. There was a lot going on over here.
Well, it's not clear if guests were impacted. House Speaker Mike Johnson is optimistic that President Trump will change his mind. And
what the fuck is that? I want to hear this shit. It's garbage.
One flash of lightning and everything changed. An Odessa home caught fire overnight after a lightning strike, waking the homeowner up to a room filled with smoke. First Alert 7 Sierra Burnett takes us inside the aftermath.
I was asleep soundly in bed when I was awoken by what I can best describe as choking.
Lightning struck the roof of Juarez's home around 2:30 a.m. on June 3rd, filling the inside with black smoke and only giving Juarez seconds to escape.
All the lights were off, it's pitch black. So I grabbed my phone because I thought my phone alarm was going off. Well, it turned out to be my fire alarm going off. And when I turned on the light, just rolling smoke all over me.
Juarez was able to escape through his bedroom window, but remembered his dogs were still inside.
So I tried to climb through the window best I could, but it just couldn't stop coughing. So I just hung myself through the window and just felt around and was calling their name until finally I felt hair. 4 dogs, grab them by whatever I can grab them and toss them behind me, and then the next one came, tossed them.
By the time Juarez and his dogs made it outside, Odessa Police, Odessa Fire Rescue, and the American Red Cross were already on the scene. Juarez says luckily he was the only one home during the fire, and no one was injured. After 5 hours of waiting, Juarez was cleared to re-enter his home, where he says it was unrecognizable.
Well, I'll tell you, it's nothing like the movies. Like they show you think you're going to run through that house trying to save every little thing. Now, if you can, it's pitch black. There's no electricity. The smoke was so thick you couldn't see but your hands in front of you. It didn't look bad, as you can see from here. It doesn't look bad. That's where the lightning struck at. But once you get inside, it's pretty sad.
Juarez says the rebuilding process could take at least 18 months. He thanks all first responders.
Said my house was on fire, lightning strike, sparks fire, and blah blah blah. Yeah, that fire now spread. Well, that shit intensifying. What else is this? Alright, I'm gonna stop right there. Let's get to scripture. Scripture time. Let me see where we at. Nahum chapter 1, verse 3. The Lord Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked. All this destruction is for the wicked of our people, the 2/3 of Israel, and for you heathens. And we going for the hopeful, like I got no choice but to say we, because I don't know about me, but I hope and pray Lord have mercy on me. But we got to experience some shit too now. We got to experience some downs, and hey, we're going to get some ups. we got to go through seeing some downs, experience some downs. So pray the Lord give you the strength to endure. The Lord Yahweh have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm and the clouds of the dust of his feet. Was that another one? No, that was, yeah. Isaiah chapter 28 verse 2. Behold, the Lord Yahweh Shemawashah have a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing shall cast down to the earth with the hand. And I read Isaiah chapter 29 verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord. Yeah, shit. Slocking. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest, the flame of devouring fire. Let's get to the next video. Heat waves. People buying up air conditioners and shit. Yeah.
Okay, what I'm about to tell you sounds
speaker went out. I got to charge the thing up.
legal, but it's not. You know how people call roofing companies just to figure out what it might cost? Yeah, that's literally what I was about to do. Don't. There's this roofing calculator.
Well, Dr. Yamina Saheb is a lecturer and researcher at Sciences Po and a co-founder of the World
She got that fan blowing.
Efficiency Lab. She joins me now. Thank you very much indeed. Air conditioning.
She look miserable. She look fucking miserable.
Then is becoming a hot topic, if you excuse the pun, especially in France. What are the issues here?
Well, air conditioning is the argument and mainly the only argument used by the far-right party in France. This is why it became a hot political topic. It's unfortunate because when you talk about air conditioning, you don't talk about the causes of the heat waves and the causes of climate change. And unfortunately, the other
climate change, right?
Parties and the French media, they all fell in this trap. So
there's that one video they show folks fighting over them, not air conditioning. They already cleaned them bitches out. But the fans, yeah, the circular fans and shit, they fighting over them fans like it's Black Friday. I don't know where that footage. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that shit. I don't know if I got it in one of those in the videos I got on the list, but I'm gonna just go ahead and get that shit. People fighting over fans in Europe. No. Fans fighting. No. I knew it was gonna come out like that. I don't want that. Tourist fume. Nope, they still talking about these dumbass bread and circus niggas fighting over soccer games and shit. Fans fighting. No, people fighting over air conditioner. I just type in over air conditioners. I can't spell conditioner. Fuck it, I'll just spell it like that. Foreigners didn't. Air conditioners, yeah. They love America. Man, what the F? Fuck it, I ain't gonna worry about it.
During the whole week, during the last 2 weeks, has been about are you against or in favor of air conditioning, and nothing about the causes of what has led us to this situation.
Do you think there's a case for making the cooling of places like schools, hospitals and care homes mandatory?
Now, there is a case for looking for reorganizing our society, the French society, the way we work, and including our infrastructure and including our buildings, and mainly buildings where you have, as those you mentioned, schools, daycares.
I slept last night with damn portable AC. I closed the doors up and windows up in my room. I let the dog in so she could stay in there. But shit, she wanted to come on out. I was like, well, that's on you, bro. Shit, she made it through it. I said, goddamn, when I left out the room, I had the AC on all night till morning. I left out that room, boy. I came out of that bitch, boy. That room, the rest of the house felt so fucking muggy. I was like, damn. And you slept through this shit? And I'm just looking at the dog like, damn, I'm surprised you made it. We've been better off. She would have been better off being outside, but yeah, she didn't want to be out there.
hospitals, etc., to prepare them for the following heat waves that we are going to have. However, the first step to avoid stress on the grid, on the electricity grid, and to ensure that everyone has access to a comfortable space or a cool space in.
Stress on the grid. What about with the upcoming? I know they're gonna be experiencing some fuel shortages or fuel rationing. I meant to say. Yeah, I'm surprised I ain't caught nothing about no fuel rationing. I have to look that shit up. Yeah, I'm about to look that up.
Summer and warm space in winter. The first step is to work on the urban planning level and then the building level with the sheddings, etc. In the urban planning, if you are in Paris, for example, you will see that we do lack trees in most of the places. And then when you look at the buildings, there are no blinds, there are no shutters, and all these little things will limit the time of the use for mechanical cooling. Mechanical cooling through air conditioning should be the last step. And what is wrong in the debate today is that they debate about the last step, and within the last step, which is the air conditioning, they look at only the existing air conditioning solutions which use refrigerants that increase global warming and which are also individual solutions, while we do have, for example, if you look at Paris, most of the buildings we do live in multi-family buildings, so it will be wrong and not possible actually to have individual air conditioning everywhere in Paris.
And I guess this is part of a...
Anyway, damn. The most latest videos I've seen is about fuel ration. Ain't really much, but like maybe 7 days ago, I remember when they were talking about that shit on the news. It was like a lot. 2 or 3 months ago. They ain't saying much about fuel shortages, but yeah, it's gonna be fuel rationing. Then gonna be energy rationing, because you know with that energy, that electricity you're gonna need. You need the gas. Oh no, you need diesel to bring in the electricity. And if you got like a generator and such, shit, there's gonna be a shortage on shit like using that. Alright, let's get to the next one.
We walked 15,000 steps across London and couldn't find a single AC unit available to buy. It's hot in the UK right now. Record-breaking hot.
At the top floor, and I can't even breathe. It's ridiculous.
But according to one consultancy group, it's estimated that less than 10% of UK homes have air conditioning. And they're also sold out across major retailers. So we went hunting to see if we could find an elusive unit. We visited 7 different stores across the capital and spoke to workers. The message was clear. Any AC units they do get in sell out incredibly fast. And even fans are now nearly impossible to come by. One person told us to just give up on our search. We also looked online, but came up empty-handed. Londoners told us they're debating getting AC in their homes, but the price and lack of availability is putting them off.
I think after this bout of heat, people are like, it's time to invest, but it's so expensive.
So we've got a 9-month-old baby, so it forced us to buy an aircon unit. And all the ones I've been looking at have gone up by like 70%, which annoyed me so much that I went and found a refurbished one on eBay. But that was a bit of a mistake because now it's leaking.
So we know the pricing is definitely 20, 30, 40.
To air condition or to not air condition, that is the debate du jour here in France. Now remember, only about 20% of households in France have an AC unit, and finding them in schools.
That's ridiculous.
Schools and hospitals is not a given. It's sort of seen as a luxury.
What the UK are doing right now is absolutely insane. I didn't think it was real, but I've looked it up. This is real. Drivers trying to stay cool during the heat wave are being warned they could face £110 fines for running their air conditioning in their vehicles whilst...
Yeah, they could make like a, what they call them, a bootleg air conditioning unit. Use a cooler and... I guess you gotta cut the cooler or whatever the fuck. Anyway, like frozen ice, put frozen ice water in and put a ceiling, not ceiling fan, but a circular fan, it's whatever it is. You gotta do some shit, some contraption.
Stationary.
Yeah, you can look it up on YouTube and how to make one.
Which apparently...
They say it worked good.
Violates pollution laws.
Until that cold water could be gone.
Let me just read you some of this report. Motorists attempting to cool down during the heat wave in stationary vehicles with the air conditioning running face fines under emission laws, with the RAC, which is kind of like AAA, like breakdown service, warning that engine idling causes pollution. Standard penalties for this are £40 if issued by a police officer, or...
Wait. So, we gotta talk about...
I'm gonna stop right there. Actually, let me skip that dude, because this... I don't want to hit his ass.
Yeah.
Nothing.
This room as well.
No vent, no nothing, just straight heaters. Only heaters, only heaters. So who's gonna tell me that the UK doesn't believe in AC? Like actual homes don't have AC units. Like I saw TikToks about it, like UK people coming to America and they're talking about some, oh, y'all got AC or whatever the case may be. I'm like, there's no way y'all don't have AC for real. But lo and behold, y'all don't actually have AC. Like what is this? That walk I just did from there to there, I'm already sweating.
Can we as a UK society accept that we need houses with built-in AC? But I see houses in America with built-in heater and AC at the same time. Like, are we the only country in the world where we don't have ACs built in? Why are we the only country with no built-in ACs everywhere you go? Japan gets cold, they have AC. Korea gets cold, they have AC. America gets cold, they have AC. Canada gets cold, they have AC. Why is it only the UK with no AC? Bro, global warming is there, it's not gonna go away. Can we just accept it and just move on and stop
building? But they getting their ass whooped over there. And so, shit, it gonna be all, you're gonna get the same experience all over when they cut the electricity off. And there won't be no AC, no ceiling fans, no circular fans. You'll have battery power fan. Yeah, you'll have a battery power fan. You can get one of them two-shot fans like a Milwaukee two-shot fan or a DeWalt two-shot fan or a Ryobi one, and it's portable. You can plug the battery in and let it rip. But then when the battery goes low, and then they got some that's hybrids too. They don't use that much power. Hell no. I compare, like, you know, the typical Walmart fans you buy that's like 20, 30 bucks, some big old 40-inch, or I think 40 inch, no, they ain't 40 inch, they like 20, 30 some inch blade fan. Yeah, I plug that shit in and I'm testing out how much wattage is being pulled. That shit pulling on a low speed or the low level, it's pulling 40 watts. I'm like, man, that's some bullshit. I'll get my DeWalt battery power fan. It's pulling 5 or 10 watts, and it got it on low setting. It feel like it's blowing more air right at me than the big fan. And heck yeah, it's a lot more better. I mean, it's designed to do a better job blowing air and, you know, all that stuff. It doesn't consume so much energy either. Yeah. Get one of them. If you got power tools, you go and buy one. Shit, I mean, you do whatever you want to do with your money. I mean, be wise to get some kind of a fan, a battery power fan. But of course, seek the Lord in the process. Put your faith in Yahweh Shema Shah, not no fan. Yep. But it'd be nice to have a fan anyway to keep you cool.
Europe has been enduring the worst heat wave for them on record.
Hold on, do I have another video? Okay, that was it.
And guys, it is not even July. These have been insane scenes unfolding.
I remember last year and the year before that and the year before that and the year before that in May. It was in the 90s. But anyway, but it wasn't in the 90s in Georgia as much in the in May. Strange. It was like 70s and the 80s. Yeah. But whatever.
Across that continent, and
yeah, even the lows, it dropped down to the 50s, which was, or 40s. Strange.
By the way, that heat is coming right here to the U.S. this week. Let's go ahead and put this first element up on the screen. Just in France alone, they have had more than 1,000 excess deaths recorded. That's sort of the clinical term, attributed to deaths that would not have occurred had it not been for this heat wave. Some of those are directly related to heat exhaustion. Some of them are from things like drowning as well, because people who are desperately trying to seek relief from the heat have been going in water that perhaps they're not able to handle. So that has contributed to an increase in deaths as well. You've had the UK recorded new maximum temperatures for June 2 days in a row. In France, they hit record highs that they had literally never hit before. They exceeded records that have been set even in the state of Florida, just to give you a sense of how out of the norm this record heat wave has been. And they've been trying to find every way they possibly can to keep cool. We can put E2 up on the screen. There have been, these are consumers racing in to try to purchase fans.
There they go. They fighting. Over in Europe, they're fighting each other for fans like it's Black Friday.
Up on the screen, there have been.
Look at that. They roll up. Is that toilet paper right there? That look like toilet paper. They like, fuck that shit. We need fans.
These are consumers racing in to try to purchase fans and purchase air conditioners. Reminder that, here in the US, I looked at the statistics, about 9 out of 10 people here have some sort of air conditioning. These are people taping foil on the windows to try to repel the sun as well. In Europe, the number with air conditioning is very low. Across the continent, it's something like 20%. And if you look at where the continent is situated, I mean, they're very high up in terms of where they are in the globe. And so they are just simply not supposed to experience this type of extreme heat. But now with the climate
Jumping in that nasty ass water.
crisis, this is increasingly going to become
Them niggas them pissing and shitting in it.
the new norm. We can put E3 up on the screen. This gives you a sense of how much things have changed. So this is global temperature variations over the last 2022 years. You can see where the steam engine was invented, and then we start to climb
I wonder who invented the steam engine. Yeah, they gonna lie about who made that shit.
into
Oh,
these.
what about the air conditioner? Now that's documented, and the refrigerator. Same guy who made the air conditioner in the Isle of Jake. Yeah, let's look that up, and let's see if they changed it now. If they changed it, cause they used to have it in the history book. I had a book back in school, was printed in the 80s. Cause when you go to these predominantly Jake schools, that used to be Edomite schools, we get the hand-me-down books, and I was surprised in those hand-me-down books they'll have some history of Jake's inventing things. I'm just gonna word that shit. Who invented the air conditioner and the refrigerator? Oh my goodness. Well, hold on. Well, who is this nigga? Oh my goodness. These niggas are fucking lying. These niggas are fucking lying. These niggas are this piece of shit is fucking. These motherfuckers got to make themselves known that they invented every goddamn thing. It was a Jake that did this shit. He invented the refrigerator and the freezer and the air conditioner. Now they put a fucking cracker on this motherfucker. Man, he's all through, man. You a piece of shit. Hold on, let me do one thing at a time. Who invented the air conditioner? No, the same fucking no. It wasn't this fucking weasel. It wasn't this lying piece of shit. That's a piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here. This piece of shit. Let's see, freezer. Bet you're gonna be an Edomite. Yep. Well, hold on. Scottish professor. Who the hell is all this? What the fuck? I ain't asked for all this. What the hell is all this shit? Who invented the freezer? Alright, this for the refrigerator. No single person invented the refrigerator. Really? Somebody had to invent that motherfucker. Well, it didn't just make itself. It says no single person invented the refrigerator. Rather, it was developed and staged by multiple inventors. Get the fuck out of here. This is bullshit. Man, they full of shit. Might as well go it the hard way. Do it the hard way. There he goes. That's all. The black inventor who revolutionized cooling technology is Frederick McKinley Jones. In 1940, he patented the first successful portable portable air conditioning system for trucks, trains, making long distance transport, blah 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 blah. Oh, blood transfusion medicine. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he made the refrigerator. What is it? Yeah, it says refrigerator. But I ain't gonna tell you too much. It's the refrigerator truck and refrigerator, like anything that's portable. Well, what about the air conditioner? Because he was the same guy who had made the air conditioner, but they lying about that. It's the same damn guy. Same damn guy did not invent the first modern air conditioner. Yeah, you a fucking liar. But he did make they invented the portable, self-contained air conditioning unit. Automatic refrigerator trucks and blah 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 blah. Yak. Blah blah blah. Celebrating black. Blah 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 blah. HVAC. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, yeah, they cutting out certain things. From what the book I learned, the book I read, this dude made the daggone air conditioner and the daggone what is it, air conditioner? I know he's talking about the air conditioner in the car, or portable air conditioner, but hell, the one that stays stationary at your home. But anyway,
extraordinary
refrigerator.
Temperature variations. That is where we are now. Let's put E4 up on the screen. This has some of the numbers about the heat wave that is, they say, blasting Europe right now. The extreme heat would have been virtually impossible 50 years ago, according to researchers. Millions of people, they write, are sweltering under Europe's worst heat wave ever recorded. Because of temperature increases driven by climate change, Europeans are suffering from temperatures that would have been impossible 50 years ago. The phenomenon melting long-standing temperature records is due to a heat dome parked over Europe with clear skies and strong sunshine, intensifying the effect for large swaths of the continent. Temperature records have been broken in France, the UK, and Spain, with red alerts issued in Germany, Belgium, Italy, Switzerland, and the Netherlands. A study published Friday by World Weather Attribution found the heat wave is the most severe ever recorded in the region. It has been driven by climate change, with rising temperatures outstripping the rate of global warming. They also, Emily, they dig more into this study in this article. And what they do is they compared the temperatures that were seen this week with those that were measured.
I don't play too much of that. Let's get to the next one.
The scene around me can be described as apocalyptic. Well, one ranch property owner in Eureka tells me what was once an animal safe space has now become their graveyard.
Uncertainty is maddening. We don't know what to expect. We don't know what's here.
Brett Van Leeuwen has made the drive to his ranch property in Eureka more times than he can count, but this time was different. Gusty winds and out-of-control raging fire ripped through this small community.
The wind was blowing so hard, 50 miles an hour, and that fire moved so fast. By the time I got there, it was just a wall of smoke.
Co-owner Gary Cooper was there the day the Cherry Fire tore through, forcing evacuations. Everyone having to leave their livelihoods behind.
We had livestock there, and by the time we got there, we had to just give up on that idea. The only thing that we could do is cut fences.
Now able to return and making the anxiety-filled drive into Eureka, which looks and feels like...
You know damn well. Yeah, you know that done on purpose. But it's, hey man, man, fuck that shit, man. Just say it's the Lord that did it. I mean, like, I'm hearing some brothers, no knocking them, but god dang, we gotta stop giving credit to Esau for having weapon manipulation shit and energy weapons. Fuck that shit, it's the Lord. The Lord gave this monkey ass nigga energy weapons to zap shit, set shit on fire. You're giving too much props to this devil, Esau. This nigga, he probably loves it too. He's like, yeah, I did that. It's just like them stickers, like with Donald Trump or Joe Biden. They brought the gas price up, or they brought the prices on food up. There'll be a sticker saying, I did that. Shit, you can't get credit for these devils. The Lord did that. You gotta say, Yahweh Shema Shah did that. And you want to pray Yahweh Shema Shah don't do this to you. Shit, give credit to Yahweh Shema Shah, not this damn faggot Esau, Amalek.
A ghost town.
Oh God, we got equipment all over the place.
Yeah, the Lord is using these devils to destroy shit, especially their own.
Complete
They
destruction.
look like some damn, I don't know, I wouldn't say energy weapons or not, but either way it's the Lord.
And as he stepped foot on his property,
My beautiful trees.
reality began to set in.
Yeah, beautiful trees, yeah.
These trees are 20, 30, 50 years old, and you know, I'll never see them. Right here, we would be in Wake.
Stolen land. Shit. Hell yeah, I gotta say that.
East high grass. It's just a desert.
And the hope that the livestock made it out alive
These poor girls, gosh darn it.
suddenly became wishful thinking.
They never had a chance. I mean, you know, usually they could get out in front, but we're littered with just carcasses here.
But some miracles do happen.
Hey, look at our girls there, though. Ha ha! There we go.
Brett lost about 1,500 acres of his ranch and now can only start over.
First item is probably burying those animals, get them taken care of. I've just never had anything like this and had to deal with it, so I don't know.
He's pleading for people to take fire restrictions seriously.
Just lighting a fire. Golly.
Shit. It could be done by damn energy.
The scene around me.
What the fuck? Could be done by some energy weapons. Yeah, I said it, and I don't want to say it again, but it could be done by that. Anyway.
The scene around me.
Shoot. Let's get these droughts.
And while talking of heat wave, Europe's historic heat wave is now threatening most important waterways, the Po River, which is the country's longest river and a lifeline for agriculture in northern Italy. It is shrinking at an alarming rate, and this as water levels plunge, seawater is pushing inland. It is now raising fears of drought, crop losses, and economic damage. Here's a report on it. Take a look.
Italy's longest river is running dry. The Po River, which stretches more than 650 kilometers across northern Italy, has fallen to critically low levels as an intense heat wave grips much of Europe. Water flow has collapsed in just days, dropping to less than a quarter of its normal June levels. Sandbanks are emerging across the river, channels are narrowing, and some sections
This video, I shouldn't have played this before that one with the fire, but whatever.
are barely a meter deep.
I forgot I didn't pay no attention on what order these videos were in.
For many, it is an alarming sign of how quickly the climate crisis is reshaping Europe's landscape. The impact is already being felt across the fertile Po Valley, one of Italy's most important farming regions. The area produces crops, livestock feed, and the milk used to make the world-famous Parmesan cheese. But with water supplies dwindling, irrigation canals are being shut down to prevent seawater contamination. Farmers say fields are already drying out, with cracks appearing in the soil weeks before the peak of summer. Experts warn that if current conditions continue, water reserves could be severely depleted within weeks. Further downstream, a new threat is emerging. As river levels fall, seawater from the Adriatic Sea is pushing nearly 20 kilometers inland through the river delta. The saltwater intrusion is threatening farmland reclaimed over centuries and could damage crops and soil quality for years. Engineers have installed barriers to hold back the seawater, but officials say the river's flow is now too weak for those defenses to work effectively. Authorities are calling for greater coordination between regions as concerns grow over a possible water crisis later this summer. The heat is also taking a toll on local fishing communities. Warmer lagoon waters are accelerating algae growth, threatening shellfish populations and creating difficult conditions for clam fishermen. Many are already battling invasive blue crabs and now face additional losses from prolonged extreme temperatures. Fishermen say the combination of heat, algae blooms, and environmental stress is creating unprecedented challenges for their livelihoods. Scientists say the region is not yet in an official drought, but with mountain snowpacks melting earlier each year and heat waves becoming more frequent, concerns are mounting that northern Italy could soon face another major water emergency. The last severe drought struck the Po Valley in late July 2022. This year, experts fear the crisis may arrive much earlier.
Psalm chapter 107 verse 33, and he turned rivers, and it's Yahweh, he turned rivers into wilderness and water springs into dry ground, a fruitful land into barrenness, for the wilderness of them that dwell therein. He turneth the wilderness into a standing water, and a dry ground into water springs. So he turned a land of nothing into something, and a land of something into nothing. And that's the Lord doing that. Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shah, they able to do that. And they doing certain things here. And they're all over the world. But a lot of it is making it look bad for you people, bro. You heathens and you 2/3 of Israel. And there he maketh the hungry to dwell, that they may prepare a city for habitation. So the Lord sets up places where they could be good for people to live and dwell in, especially for animals to dwell in. And then they can just change it and it could be totally different. Yep. Next video. What about earthquakes?
Whether you're a professional welder or simply take pride in consistent and precision welds, Harbor Freight.
5:23 this morning, we are following breaking news right now in Oregon, just off the Oregon coast. There's been an earthquake. A magnitude 5.5 quake just hit 100 miles west of Coos Bay about 4:30 this morning. The U.S. Geological Survey now says the epicenter was at a depth of about 6 miles, so pretty shallow. The National Tsunami Warning Center says a tsunami is not expected on the coasts of Oregon or Washington. So far, no reports of any damage.
Let me see. Any people reacted on that? I'm trying to see if there are any videos. It's probably not much of a big deal. Just want to see a whole lot of talk about that earthquake in Venezuela. That's all it is. It is a major earthquake. So yeah, they ain't got nothing else to talk about this earthquake in Venezuela. There's one they said it was on in China. Hey, that funny. All the dudes left on out of there, that woman just looking like, hold on. Yeah, well, it was one woman, but they all left and she looking all simple like, where you guys going? Some sharks in the tank.
A powerful magnitude 5.5 earthquake struck Gao County in Yibin, Sichuan Province, shortly after midnight on June 20th.
What the hell? Hold on, I didn't even know there was a person right there.
A powerful magnitude 5.5 earthquake struck Gao County.
I was wondering, did she feel it? Did she know it was there?
In Yibin, Sichuan Province.
I mean, knew it was an earthquake? She just still sitting there.
Shortly after midnight on June 29th, sending strong tremors across southwestern China and forcing thousands of residents to flee their homes and
shit, that shit starts shaking, they run on out of there immediately.
Panic.
I guess because it's a regular thing. It's normal.
According to the China Earthquake Network Center, the earthquake occurred at 12:12 a.m. local time. The epicenter was located near Shay Town in Gao County, with a shallow depth of only 6 kilometers. Because of the shallow depth, the shaking was felt very strongly across the region despite the moderate magnitude.
Damn. Shut the damn camera off his mouth.
Many residents were asleep when the earthquake struck. People reported being awakened by violent shaking, rattling windows, moving furniture, and loud noises coming from buildings. In several neighborhoods, residents rushed downstairs and gathered in open areas, fearing additional tremors.
Little Fluffy end up underneath the table.
Strong shaking was reported not only in Yubin but also in nearby cities including Luzhou, Leshan, Chengdu, and even parts of Chongqing. Numerous residents living in high-rise apartments said ceiling lights swung violently and household items fell from shelves.
That's it. We watch the rest of it. They go to title of the video. They go to channel.
Because special. So now I'm watching the coastline. I say, right, the place nice and sunny. I watch up. I watching down. But when I watching down, you know, I find like I kind of feeling kind of, you know, something strange. When I watch, I see because the whole place rise up. Well, at least that portion. That rise wasn't gradual. That was instantaneous, like split-second rise. And the reason why I'm telling you that because all the marine life and the marine life get trapped between rocks, and normally marine life, any form of danger, they would get out in a split second. Well, I mean real fast, but it had like rays and things trapped beneath rock. I'm telling you that was an instantaneous movement, a split-second movement. A rise at the shore.
Oh, earthquake! Wait. Why do I have? What is that? Whoa! Earthquake! I'm not kidding. Okay.
At first I thought it was like it wasn't a big thing, so that's why I stayed there, and I was like, oh, it's the ground is sort of shaking, but then it started getting harder and harder. I could feel the ground moving, and my first instinct was like, I have a ton of stuff behind me, it can probably fall on me, I'm just gonna leave everything. People were laughing that I even got a chance to close the game, but because Venezuela is not really a country where we get a lot of earthquakes from this magnitude, I didn't know how to react, so I closed everything, and then I ran to my dad, which you're not supposed to, and we just sort of like stood there where there was nothing that could fall on us, but the sound was awful, and it felt like there was a hand underneath the floor, because this is a second floor, and it was just like shaking us from side to side.
Yesterday when you went.
Yep. Repent. You get something. Well, let me go ahead and get this video.
In Venezuela, the scale of destruction is overwhelming after twin earthquakes rocked that country. More than 1,400 people are dead, tens of thousands of people are still missing in the rubble. And there's an international effort to find survivors, but hope is slowly fading. Our Camilo Montoya Galvez reports from Venezuela.
It has now been 5 days since the deadly earthquakes here in Venezuela. Rescue crews from across the globe are converging here in the coastal city of La Guaira, the epicenter of a dire humanitarian crisis. They're now battling time and piles of rubble.
We saw scenes of utter devastation in hard-hit La Guaira after 2 deadly earthquakes struck Venezuela last week. In the rubble, you could see remnants of people's lives, stuffed animals, a passport, and a kindergarten graduation diploma. Tens of thousands of Venezuelans are still presumed to be missing, and the clock is ticking.
You're seeing scores of people and rescue workers from across the globe desperately looking for any signs of life.
Some even digging with their bare hands. In Caracas, outside of a hospital, we saw loved ones scouring a list of patients, looking for any missing relatives.
Oh yeah, that remind me. Well, one brother showed a video. What was it? People celebrating, holding a statue or toting around a statue of Jesus Christ. And they're doing that shit. Then an earthquake came, shook their ass up. Let me see if I can find that. Venezuelans celebrating Jesus Christ. I just said Jesus Christ. Hold on, let me start over. Venezuelans celebrating Jesus Christ's dead earthquake. I'll just type that in or say that. Is that it? Some kind of festival. Yeah, they were doing it. Some kind of had some festival and shit. I don't know if that was it or this was it. Yeah, they were sudden destruction. They were eating and drinking, being married. It was like the days of Lot. The days of Lot. The days of Noah. What was it, Noah? Yeah, days of Noah, days of Lot. And they were having a good time. And then Yahweh Shema Shah busted they bubble. Put a wrinkle they bubble. They bust they bubble. Either way, whatever. How old was that? 3 days ago? But it was one where that was, they was walking around with a Jeebus statue. And then the earthquakes came. I don't want to be trying to look into all these videos. All I know is like, okay, earthquake happened. I don't be trying to get into seeing the footage of people getting crushed or dead bodies and all that shit. But you got to get used to it. Yeah, I mean, shit, because guess what? Mass death is going to take place. Heck yeah. Mass casualties going to be taking place, bro. And you see, Northern Kingdom, parts of Northern Kingdom got some, getting their ass kicked by the Lord. The Lord fucking their ass up.
Peace Fonseca was there
bringing... Your ass be celebrating Jesus. Jesus. And then how about you? Was like, man, fuck that shit. Kill them motherfuckers.
Soup to her 6-year-old nephew, Maximiliano.
Kill them motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck how old you are, young you are. Old you are, young you are. Don't matter.
Who survived the quakes.
Well, he ain't dead, but he got fucked up, though.
While his mother did not.
What? She got killed.
Is it that
kill
you
them
miss
motherfuckers.
the most about your sister?
Hay todo.
Oh. What the fuck he got on his head? Look like a cross. Whatever.
El amor que nos teníamos.
Everything. The love we had for one another, she told us. Amid the tragedy, moments of hope. Like this one, a man pulled out alive by rescue teams. And an infant trapped for days, also found alive. On Saturday, Kayla Serpa's nephew Kenger was also rescued. Serpa told us her 2 nephews and sister lived in a building that came crashing down. 11-year-old Kenger was the sole survivor. Serpa had a message for the U.S. We need more support, she says. More.
Oh, man. And you think the U.S., they just came in y'all country and took your damn president. We ain't even heard nothing from his nigga in a while. He probably living good. Shit. Got a new name, probably a new identity. They don't give a fuck. Hell. And plus they got your oil too and your gold. Yeah, you ain't gonna hear nothing from Donald Trump. The fuck? The Amalekite nigga, they probably shaking y'all. Hey, I know it's judgment from the Lord, but these devils, if the Lord gave these niggas the power to create earthquakes and do things like this, okay, and the probably reason why, of course, to set up the New World Order, of course, and to make your life a living hell and hard for you to lead you to getting them chip implants, but then also to disperse you off that land, to get you off that land somehow, some way, so those rats can roam up in there. Those gutter rats. It look like damn Gaza down there. And what you think they doing over in Gaza? Trying to clear all our outback folks off that land so them gutter rats can come in them so they can eat foreskin. Yeah, they can take those lands, take the land so they can settle and live kosher and eat foreskin.
Help. U.S. diplomat John Barrett says there are over 300 American rescuers.
300? That's all?
Ground.
We were with Venezuela before the earthquake, and we're even closer to Venezuela after the earthquake.
They'll send daggone 3,000 damn troops down there to fight and kill some motherfuckers, but 300 To help people? I think it said 300. I don't know.
The amount
Let
of
me go
pain-
back. Did he say 3,300?
U.S. diplomat John Barrett says there are over 300
300, that's all, 300. All right, going back forward.
People who have lost their homes, their families, their siblings, their spouses, and their children. But there are also still signs of hope. Just this morning, in this building behind us, we heard from volunteers that they heard the cries of a woman. They're trying to see if they can rescue her alive. Back to you.
Yeah.
From suburban parks to rural Australia, these furry invaders are everywhere, transforming the landscape, and in residential areas, their tunnels and burrows cause the ground to collapse. The country's booming rabbit population has become a national plague, with widespread consequences. Rabbits are the #1 threat facing this new housing development in suburban Melbourne. Here, residents have fenced off their yards, netted their vegetable patches, and some are even using ultrasonic repellents.
What's happening with your garden? I see you've got another round of barricades up.
Councillor, you got a rabbit-proof fence. Yeah, the rabbits invasive. Like nigga, I don't think those rabbits are invasive. I mean, I think I don't know. They coming to take y'all territory because y'all ran them out of. I don't know. They just remind me. It is Australia. It remind me of that movie called Rabbit-Proof Fence, where they was breeding out those indigenous Japhetic people, having breeding camps. Yes, breeding camps. Esau was having sex with the little girls and getting them pregnant so they can breed them out so they won't be brown no more. They could be looking like they're red and shit.
The rabbits, they don't go on a hold.
You got Japhet. Japhet could be looking like, you're gonna have some Japhetic people that look like Edom. Or either or Edom looking like Japhet. Shit. Like a chocolate Edomite.
They're here all the time. They're here 24/7. We have to put up some sort of exclusion fencing just to keep them out. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a nice garden that looks like this.
Locals are spending thousands of euros to protect their properties and ward off the pests.
It's the #1 issue I've been contacted about since being elected 18 months ago.
Faced with a crisis on this scale, local authorities are calling in the experts. Fumigation teams pump carbon monoxide deep into the...
Oh man, they're gonna smoke these little critters out. God damn, what an asshole.
burrows, sealing every exit to ensure the operation is a success.
Now, hopefully what has happened is all the oxygen has been depleted. So these rabbits, whatever rabbit will be in here now, is now choking.
It's a drastic measure.
Choking, they're probably gonna die, and you're gonna cave them in, keep them trapped.
But one that is widely welcomed by local residents.
Yep, sure am.
Could just use this dog to kill the rabbits. Shit, my dog killed. Hey man, last time I seen my dog kill a rabbit, he had a big fat juicy one. That motherfucker was eating the guts. He was having. She was having a good time eating that rabbit. I swear that dog was smiling when she see me. When I seen her eating that rabbit. Heck yeah, that was a big old rabbit. She was eating them guts. She was like, what's going on, daddy? Shit, they had to scoop that sucker up, throw over the fence, because I wasn't going to have her eating that rabbit all night. And then in the morning, that sucker going to be stinking and rotten. Shit.
We're sort of on the go all the time.
They had that damn lassie looking dog, that collie, go and eat some rabbits, or get some rabbits.
I'm trying to keep on top of the rabbits and the rabbit holes. And because I've had back surgery, if I get my ankle down one of these rabbit holes, I'm history.
Rabbits aren't just overtaking towns and suburbs, they're also causing chaos in the countryside.
Try that shit, look.
Directly threatening more than 300 native species of plants and animals. Meanwhile, local farmers are paying a heavy price. Each year, the financial damage exceeds 120 million euros. Crops are destroyed, but losses can also come from more unexpected places.
What the rabbits do, they actually contaminate the pasture. They urinate on it, they have their dung hills on it, and they keep on digging and scratching. So where they've done that, the stock don't want to eat that grass. So that becomes a major problem.
It's a struggle shared by every farmer in the region.
Hey man, as long as it's plaguing Edom, it's all good. But this can affect everybody besides them, but especially you Israelites. That's why we seek the Lord daily, nightly, in between. Shoot, pray the Lord have mercy on us.
Fence line's good. It stops the rabbits.
Even stops those pesky Algerigides. Japhetic people.
But down further, you can see where they're getting through.
Cause I forgot, wasn't that fence line supposed to keep people divided or away from? It was just some rinky-dink fence. They had nothing to do with rabbits, I don't think. I forgot what was the story about that shit.
It's an idyllic backdrop for Leon's horse hobby farm, but over time, the terrain has been hollowed out.
That's a lot of holes.
If a horse came along, galloping along in the dark,
fell in and broke their leg.
Fell into one of these holes, they could easily break a leg. And if a horse breaks its leg, it needs to be put down.
Yeah, they gotta kill the horse because there ain't no point. Man, fuck that. I wouldn't do that to my horse. I'm gonna, your leg broken or not, we're gonna try to fix it up. Put some duct tape around that leg. Put a board in there. Hey, you gonna have to walk with that shit. I can't put my horse down.
So you've just lost the family pet, your asset, your weekend hobby.
But for Leon, that's not an option.
Oh yeah.
One of them farting, right?
You gotta love Frisians. Fat.
They ain't farting, they just making them noises.
Furry, farty. That's a Frisian.
Oh, they are farting.
So when night falls, he calls in backup.
Yeah, okay, coming in, mate.
All right. They're gonna get the exterminator. He gonna be out there at night sniping motherfuckers with 22 LR night, and he got night vision.
See you again. Indeed, it looks like a good night for it.
It does, beautiful, isn't it?
I had a quick look through the thermal. Yep. I tell you what, there's a few out there for you, mate. You're not going to be bored tonight.
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
Let's get some gear, eh?
Adam is a professional shooter, and demand for his services has
night vision scope by the goddamn snipe some rabbits.
Never been higher.
We've had so many more calls from farmers coming in.
Using an air gun.
We can't keep up with it at the moment. There's so many properties, and it's getting into the winter months now coming on, so they're everywhere. Now's the time to get onto them and shoot them, so we'll do our best.
Hiding during the day, the rabbits now overrun on the open plains. Armed with a thermal scope and an air rifle, Adam prepares to pull the trigger.
He just won't sit still long enough for me, will he?
Yep.
Then turn his head.
67 metres, is it?
Got him. That's a hit. He's down.
Every night, Adam culls between 50 and 100 rabbits. But with a total population exceeding 200 million, his efforts are just a drop in the ocean.
Yeah, I bet these crackers eating them suckers. You don't supposed to eat no damn rabbits. But anyway, like, rabbits, they Lord sending plagues for their. And that ain't shit. Wait till it be rats. Let me see. Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. You got wars going on. With those wars, World War III, that creates plagues, disruptions and such. There shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Yep. So you can't say the Bible is fake. Look at all that's going on. And just, damn, in 1 month, all the floods, storms, earthquakes. Oh, we always had that. That's some dumb nigga telling me. We always had that, but not like this, the stupid ass. Not like on this level. Wait till it gets worse. Then you motherfuckers gonna be changing your mind or changing up your words or what you saying. And probably not. You're probably gonna still stuck on stupid. The Lord gonna keep you dumb and deaf and blind of what's going on. Anyway, until your ass get destroyed. Let me get one more scripture. Man, it's hot up in that bitch. Ooh-wee. I kind of wish I had AC. But then I don't want to be, it's a luxury to me, and I don't want to be spoiled by that shit, Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 37. Because like I'm saying, I just want to get used. I want to stay getting used to not having air conditioning. It's been a long time since I've been, I used to. I don't know how to say used to. It's been a while since. No, I'm just saying I grew up without air conditioning. That's what I'm trying to say. It's been a while since I grew up without air conditioning. I wasn't like, didn't give a fuck about it. I don't care about driving with air conditioning on. I don't care about living in my apartment or house with air conditioning on. I just didn't care about it. Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack as a woman. As when a woman with child of the 9th month bring forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of birth, great pains compass her wounds, which pains, When the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Oh, my people. Oh, I'll stop right there. But yeah, I might as well keep on reading. Oh, my people, talking about you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Middle Indians, and you speckled birds, the Israelites that look like the heathens. Hear my word. Make you ready to die battle. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So pray the Lord have mercy on you and give you the strength to endure. Yeah, man, because we're going to have to be roaming around the world, man, with shit being destroyed from floods, the earthquakes and such, tornadoes and such. We might lose our homes in the process of all that destruction. Or hey, we have to leave our homes or leave our belongings when they issue out them chip implants. Yeah. Now, all this stuff is going down, man. And we just pray the Lord have mercy on us. So, seek the Lord by seeking his prophets and take heed of what to say. And try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah by praying Yahweh Shema Shah, praising Yahweh Shema Shah, worshiping Yahweh Shema Shah, fearing Yahweh Shema Shah, and repenting to Yahweh Shema Shah. To all the men out there pushing their truth and nothing but the truth in the name, spirit, and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Keep on preaching, keep on teaching, keep your faith and trust on Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble. And for you few sisters out there taking heed, keep your faith and trust on Yahweh Shema Shah. Stay humble, stay in order with your man. If you ain't got no man, stay in order, Yahweh Shema Shah. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.